Good evening, everyone. I'm having a good evening. I hope you are after watching that today. And Garth, this is our first one of the season, and it's a good one. Season, Liverpool in Bangkok, in the Raja Mangala Stadium, 4-0 with two teams against their two teams. So after that, I'm buzzing. I'm totally buzzing. I just want to hear what you got to say about your overall thoughts at first, and then we'll go into a bit more detail. Garth, how's it going anyway? First, how you doing? Everything all right?
Good. Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. After that, much happier.
Absolutely great. Now, I'm just happy that we've got to watch football again. It's been a while, and obviously winning as well. It's a great feeling. It's not just winning; it's how we won.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. And the first thing I'm going to say is, Ten Hag finally installed structure. What were we saying in the group? Garth, you go on and tell it. What were we just saying?
Well, for me personally, I was saying it's the most cohesive Man United team, the first half especially, that I've seen, a year and a half maybe? Like, there's been bits and pieces here and there that we see. But for me, if Ten Hag can do that with that squad in, 3 weeks has he been? What was it? When would he turn up? Just middle of June, weren't it? So,
and towards the end of the season, last game of the season.
Yeah, so we'll say 3-4 weeks. If he can instill that sort of work ethic into them players, that's just... Look, it's a friendly. Let's not get too hyped, but I am hyped because I've seen nothing but dross from Man United for 2 years. So to see that, man, to see the cohesive, to see the structure like you've got there, like an actual game being implemented on the field by the players, it was good. It was fun for me to see that. I mean, did you notice that, like yourself, the complete change in dynamic from them players out there?
Remember, I'm just going through my messages now. Yeah. I want to see that Ten Hag has implemented a gameplay, and I'll be happy because I know the players we got are good. They are good players, but if you leave them to just do whatever they want, you know what you get. But I knew if we just had structure, I've been harping on about it all last season and even the seasons before when Ollie was there. We need structure. We now saw players get the ball. I could see Shaw was told, you better move. As soon as you pass that ball, you better go and link up or overlap him. So what do? Plays it into the forward on the left, runs straight up to him, gets it back, plays it inside, pops it to someone else who's making a run. So then Shaw's and then Sancho's running on the right side, open. I'm like, this is all coming together. Finally, these people understand what they need to do. My goodness me. It was lovely. I didn't care that we played their second team in the first half, whatever. All I cared is that the way we played football, that will open up anyone. And then front three, they can destroy anyone. Sancho, Rashford, Martial can destroy anyone. I said, let's give Martial a chance, and that's the reason why.
Oh, yeah.
If he gets support, he gets balls in, all of them, the three, get the balls quickly, and people overlapping so they don't get double teamed. They're going to be fire, mate. They're going to be fire. So that's all I got to say about that. What do you think?
For me, Martial has clearly been told that this is what I need you to do to be in this team. Chase down defenders, just stick a leg out. Like it sounds simple, but it really isn't. You've got to train to do, you know what I mean? But literally just stick a leg out. Stop that ball going forward. Allow our defenders to reset. Allow our midfield to reset. If it goes out for a throw in or whatever, that doesn't matter. Goal kick.
That's how he got his goal.
Yeah, just stop the play. I thought this is what Ragnick was going to do for us.
Yeah,
that didn't work. I don't blame Ragnick. I think the players had enough by the end of that season. But everyone in that starting 11 clearly had something to prove, and they were out there to prove it. I enjoyed Malacia when he come on. He looked decent. He looked decent, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. We'll get on to players properly in a minute. I've got there wasn't a single player out there that I can really berate for not doing well. You know what I mean? I miss Maguire and not. This is what we'll get into when we talk about the players, because now there's conversations about Maguire and Ronaldo that needs to be had. Because we'll get into it obviously, but no. And I mean, I know you're going to want to talk about Bailly. Wow, but as you're saying, structure, cohesion, a game plan that they're actually sticking to. It's almost like they're actually scared of the manager for once in a long time. Does that make sense? I don't they've got a bit of fear about him. So
it looks like, when you're in the middle of the season, it's hard to implement anything because the players have already put in their preseason work. They can't do any preseason work in middle, otherwise they'll be knackered for games. So Oh, Mrs. just sprayed something. I can't even breathe no more. She's been hoovering and spraying all the little furniture, and I'm dying now. But anyway, so that's what would have been hard. But say, go on. What are you saying?
No, I was sorry. No, I was going to ask you about what it's like in pre-season.
Yeah.
Would this build confidence for you as a player? Like, considering how we play against Liverpool, even though it's a weakened team and everything, would you go on from here being confident that the squad's coming together and things like that?
100%. It don't matter who you're playing pre-season. You just want to get off to a good start. You just want to win your first game, and you actually just want to continue winning. It's football, isn't it? You want to win no matter what it is. No matter if you're training on the with one player, you're playing head tennis. You want to win. So whatever you do, but it really does make a difference when you're working towards something and you get your first game, and then you go and win, and you win emphatically like that. So.
And like you're saying, the plan come. Yeah, I saw this on Twitter for a bit, but
no, I don't really agree with that. I think in terms of the way we were expansive and scoring goals on the counter, I agree there, Eric. But in terms of the way we were playing, we had a purpose to us today. It didn't matter who was playing; they had to play the same way. The fullbacks had to do the same thing. The midfield everyone had to do the exact same thing, and that was the difference. And when I saw that team lineup, I was thinking, oh no. Same team, exactly the same team. But then I said, wait a minute, but it's Ten Hag. If anything changes, it's the way he tells them what to do. And it made a massive difference. Sean said, Martial is my guy. He is.
Yeah, performance from him.
Like I said, press him with intent.
Yeah.
Win the ball. That's what matters. And that's what happened today. And obviously, the young boys couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the pressure. And to be fair, I got to give it to Liverpool. They were pressing all game. And that's the first game. How the hell are they that fit to press like that for 90 minutes? That was ridiculous. Second half, it was like, are we going to get out?
In that heat as well. In that heat and humidity as well out in Bangkok, mate. Oof. Exactly. Yeah, no. But back to the old thing. This is maybe he had the same formation and the same players. But exactly what you're saying, Nathan. I don't think he commanded the respect of the players to do exactly what he's telling them to do. So maybe if he had got that, then we might have seen something different. But that is a fault of his as a manager. You know what I mean? So I agree. Exactly same. I see where you're coming from. We are playing in a similar style, but these players are putting in more effort. It's one game. We'll see if it lasts. You know what I mean?
It will, because they're pre-season. That's what it's like. You put that in the tank for the whole season. If you get into the mid-season, there is not. If you don't have that longevity in the tank, you can't continue. You can't continue killing it every week. It's like you're on an empty tank trying to kill it. You're going to smash out your engine, like with no oil. You're going to be finished. So that's exactly, you're right. Rashford and Martial as a team together, they were ridiculous. And now it's like saying, what did we used to play with? We had James, Rashford, Martial. Now we got Sancho, Rashford, Martial. That's even better. And if you want to go with the Greenwood situation, Rashford, Martial, I think it's just as good because Sancho is actually a player who actually plays out wide. So it's even going to be better for us, I think. And I'm not getting ahead of myself. What I see is what I'm talking about here. So don't matter who it's against, even if it's against Melbourne on Friday. I don't give a damn. If we play football like that, I'm happy. But anyway, let's get into the teams. I'm going to go goalkeeper first of the first half. All the back four of the first half, we're going to talk about them. All the middle and all the strikers of the first half. Then we're going to move to the second half team as well after that. So, first and foremost, did you notice anything about De Gea? And you will notice some fires by their name if I felt they played well. Sorry.
Yeah. No, he did. Yeah, clearly he has taken on. And again, this comes back to me I thought Rangnick was going to do this for De Gea. He's been instilled with exactly what he wants. Now, there may be times this season where he fluffs these balls out or he fluffs coming off his line because he isn't used to it. But he's obviously trying. He obviously is trying to change his game to play into the Ten Hag system. His distribution is still not great, let's be fair about it. But he was trying at least. He wasn't afraid. So he's clearly been told, don't worry, you're going to kick it out far enough that you're going to have at least one phase before it comes back at you. If you mess up, you mess up, but you've got to start trying this. You know what I mean. And I thought Tom Eaton did all right. We'll get into him. So,
agreed.
But
go on, finish that off.
No, to say, how did you find De Gea? That's what I was going to say. So
yeah, well, when it comes to De Gea, I think he done really well defending. Saved that a couple shots as well in the first half. I was thinking, wait a minute, what's happening? Why are we getting peppered early? Why are they easy to attack us? But I'll talk about the defense in a minute. But goalkeeping wise, I think he did all right. Went back to him quite a few times. He did distribute quite okay most of the time. He's finding his red shirt. So I'm happy. It wasn't like he had a bad game.
No.
You know, he tried to do what he done, and we did okay, and we won the game. So can't really complain too much. You've got King Eric saying the Gea distribution was still suspect, but a brilliant shot stopper. That's pretty much what I was saying. Like, I don't think it was suspect. I think he done okay. Obviously, it could be better, but I don't really want to see him trying to be a proper football player. I want to see him sticking to what he knows he's good at. Simple ball that's open, and then banging it when it's not open. I don't want to see them clangers like, you know, the odd occasion when Ederson and them boys, and even today, what's his name, Alisson, kind of like, you know, you can get caught up in some stuff. I don't want De Gea doing that. I'd rather him let a goal in from a save than letting the goal in from his feet. Because that Everton goal, remember when Richarlison shut him down?
Was it? I won't lie off the top of my head, but I remember the goal. But
I weren't happy. But anyway.
Sorry, just to go quickly about the distribution. Yeah, we've got to take it step by step as well, because he's never been a distribution goalkeeper, so he's starting to do it. So I'm not expecting him to be playing Alisson or Ederson crossfield balls from the back. You know what I'm saying? So but no, he done well.
Right. What do you think of the first back four? What was you thinking of them at the back today?
I'm surprised you're giving Dallo a fire emoji, are
you? Only for it was a weird one because I didn't want to. It wasn't based on his defending. It was actually based on the fact that I could see he had tried to implement what the gaffer was told him to do going forward. And I like the way he's trying to take players on, and he got fouled actually once and didn't even give a foul. But he did a really good bit of play, and it was the timing of his overlaps and stuff. And even with Shaw, he didn't really have a particularly good game, but he affects the other team by doing what the manager wants. And that's what I noticed about them two.
Yeah.
Like I say, we can be better defensively, and we definitely need to be better. But go on. I see
where you're coming from, Dallas. So yeah, if you're doing like 100%, he done, because I noticed a big difference when Wan-Bissaka was playing out there. I know he's in a weaker team then, but he is just limited in that attacking. Like, forward balls from him are just not a thing, really. But anyway, no, Dallo, they were sure for me, excellent. Varane and Lindelof, let's be fair, they didn't have much to do that first half, did they? You know what I mean? But I agree with you on Shaw. He draws players in by making that run up, which opens up the centre midfield for Fred to do a little something if need. You know what I mean? Like, at his best, I mean, Ben Formley on the commentary said that at his best, he's the best is the best fullback in the league. Now, I don't agree with that myself.
I think this year he probably will be. I've got a feeling he will be. If he's the first choice this year, and if we play the way we've been playing today, he could be the best left back this year. He could get like last year. You remember the season before?
Yeah, when he was mustard.
Put him Gilberto
Carlos, mate. Gilberto Carlos.
But I mean, he could get back to them levels and probably better, because seriously, direction is everything, and he's got the ability to do it. And if he ain't doing it, he knows who's coming in for him. So,
weirdly, he's just coming into his prime as well. Like, he's not, what is he, 27, 26? The kid's still, he's just coming into his prime, so we could get 4 or 5 glorious years out of him. Let's hope we do. So
exactly, and this is another reason I'm going to talk about. Diaz had Dalot on toast. It's so true. He was like isolated early on, like 3-4 times in a row. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, we ain't getting countered here. Why we look like we got no one at the back? Like, what's going on? Why are they getting chances? Why are they shooting at us? I was thinking, same old. We're going to concede. But at least we look good going forward. That's what I said at the time when it was 0-0. Then we got the goal. Then we looked at, obviously, Sancho picked it up, did a little bits, but I don't want to talk about him yet because we're talking about Shaw, Varane, Lindelof and Dalot. Yeah. So, as I said before, I'm not going to go over it again. Shaw, Dalot for the reason for the fact that I could see they implemented what the manager wanted. Lindelof trying to play the balls through the line. Varane standard. Them two were pretty standard. Didn't really have a lot to do. But I just didn't like the way we looked like we could be got at a bit too easy. So I'm going to talk about how we could change that up in terms of the 2 back fours that we talk about, how we could change that up and look a bit stronger. But that's me for the defense as well. Let's move on to the midfield. I'm giving these 3. I'm going to go first on this one. You can go first on the next, and let's mix it up. But I'm going with Fred, McTominay, I expected them to be bang average, not doing anything. But seriously, they weren't too bad. The reason why is because structure once again. McTominay was the brute who goes to try and win everything, putting slide tackles, giving his all as always. He showed his limitations with his ability to pass still. But the fact that we had those three, it doesn't hurt so much because you've got players to give the ball to and let them go and do their bits. And Fred, right foot, my goodness me, what are you playing at? Scoring a goal like that. What are you doing? So he's been surprising me since last season when Rangnick put him in a more attacking position. He's been playing well, mate. He's been playing very well. He's nothing like the defensive midfielder Fred. I can't believe it. So Albert said, fires again. You see? He says, who needs Diaz? We got Sancho. We talk about that. Bruno looked good today. Yeah. Another thing about Bruno. He knew what he had to do and he was predictable and he found people when they were on because it was so easy. Everything became easy because he knows he's got 3-4 options and he'll always have 3-4 options from now on. And the runs, I've seen him as well. It was sharp runs. It was waiting for the player to get on the ball and then all you saw was, I'm off. And I loved it. I said, he didn't get the ball, but I was like, love that. He made a run. Other player came short. McTominay came to show. Like, Sancho was wide. Other ones wide. I'm like, love this. I'm loving this. I can't believe it. But anyway, Garth, what do you think of these three?
For me, Fred and Bruno, like for different reasons, qualities. For me, McTominay is still the weakest out of it. Like, yeah, he had a good game for McTominay, but that's because the team played well. And this is my problem with Scotty.
Yeah.
If the team plays well, he plays all right. If the team plays badly, he often is one of the main culprits down there in a 3 or a 4. You know what I mean? But no, I'm not going to dig him out too much. He did well. Fred, for me, like you're saying, like he still has moments where his attacking passing, like his progressive passing, is a little bit lackluster. He doesn't see the players, but mate, week on week now, he's beginning to really impress and show the quality of why we paid 47.5 mil for him. Like, what was it, 4 years ago now? You know what I mean? He's beginning to show that quality, and he's not a DM. He's not a DM. Personally, Bruno, I'd have to now take back what I said about him being a captain. If he can do this composed role like he did today, where it's not about him being flash, or like if he can do that week in, week out, it will change my mind about it. So yeah, quality 100%. From the midfield. Yeah. Fred really, a bit like Luke Shaw again, he disrupts that back line by just moving forward, and it's great. All three of them, they done well. Like I say, for me, we still need a ball playing centre midfielder to replace McTominay.
That's where De Jong comes in.
And that's De Jong,
That's fire. That's absolute fire. You can mix and match with quite a few then. If De Jong's in there, you can put Fred, you can put Van der Beek, you can put Bruno for Eriksen. You can do whatever after that. As long as De Jong gets in there, let's just hope that gets over the line because that's going on far too long.
Oh, what is it, like 6 weeks now, yeah? But no, I'll just say the last thing about McTominay. I know we're going to get onto the second team. For me, after that one performance, I might even think about starting Charlie Savage in centre midfield over McTominay in a Fred Savage Bruno midfield. But we'll get into it.
I did like one of the other guys we're going to talk about as well. Zidane Iqbal.
Yeah.
So that was the three. And then you got the front three. I can't believe I didn't even put it. What am I playing at? I ain't even putting it up until I get his.
Get them fire emojis on there.
What the hell am I playing at?
Triple fire emojis for them all. You're exactly the same as me here. I was wondering if you're going to give Rashford one. He done all right, Rashford. He done all right. But he wasn't as good as Sancho. Then first 15 minutes of Sancho, mate. It was like the best cake. It was like the best cake I'd ever eaten. It was delicious, mate. I was enjoying every morsel of it. You know, I mean, I've gone hungry. I've gone hungry for a couple of years, mate. So yeah, to see a winger bombing down the flank, taking players on, getting crosses in, it reminds me of Man United, of what we're about.
Play though, Garth.
Yes, yeah, as well.
Them three intricacy would be ridiculous. I'm telling you, all season, them three, I can't see any other three being. I can see look. What are Liverpool now? Liverpool is Salah, Darwin, whatever. Yeah. Okay, Diaz is good, but seriously, Sancho, Rashford, Martial, they've probably got a better link together now. Like their chemistry, FIFA chemistry. I'm telling you, this got to be the best chemistry of the three.
This is what brings us in now. I'm sure we'll get into it on Thursday properly, but where does this leave Ronaldo? Like Ten Hag said, yeah, exactly. I know. You wouldn't bring him back then. Would you be happy to sell him on now then, as well? Like go that far?
Yeah, I don't mind him going because he wants to go, number one.
Yeah.
But number two is, look, he'll still bang goals up front in that three. With the way we play, imagine he gets the chances. Now he'll be the one scoring 25, 30 because we will be able to do that. He does work. He does try, but I know what you're saying. Martial's different. You know, Martial's a different type of kettle of fish. And then Cristiano's going to want to play every game. This is the problem.
Yeah.
If he can shut his mouth, I know he's the best player ever, greatest player ever, not best player ever. He's the greatest because of what he's done for all his career. So he deserves to play every game. But then that's just at the detriment of like your Martial now, you know, and stuff like that. So I don't want that to happen where players will never get a game because Cristiano says, no, I'm playing every minute of every game. No, go, move on now. You've had your year. Let's try and keep this youth thing going. And let's try and get some more young players in, like an Anthony, who's now a chop and change for, it's like carbon copies of each other, like Man City do. You know, they've got Mahrez, take out Mahrez, put Silva, put Foden, put whoever, Sterling, there you go. It doesn't matter. Like, whichever of the two you pick, you don't mind, do you? That's what United should get to now. And I'm even going to go as far as to say some few things later down the line as well that you may not agree with right now, but you may agree down the line. Because some players didn't play so well second half, but some players, I believe, if they played with some of the first team, it's not the same. It's totally different. I've done it millions of times. Pre-season, you come and you're in the second team, and you got to play with all the youngsters. And it's not like the youngsters are bad or anything, but it's like you haven't got that experience around you to be able to go and be yourself and do everything that you expected to do. So that's the hard bit. But have you spoken on these yet?
Yeah. For me, like I said, Sancho and Martial for me, I said, I think the last show I did, he come in smiling, and that was happy for me. Yeah. If he can keep this level up, we've always known he's a baller. I just got tired with him, you know what I mean? So hopefully, fingers crossed, But
here's the thing, Martial, he reacts to what he gets. If he gets good service, he'll play well. If he gets a good chance, he'll score. He doesn't miss opportunities easy. Maybe if it comes on his head, but in the floor, I expect him to score all the time. He had the best goals to shots ratio out of all, and he had the least shots out of all the players in Premiership, and he was scoring from the most from the least shots. He's unbelievable in terms of chance conversion. It's unbelievable. So look at that dink, man. He gets through. He's got pace, and he just dinks it. Lovely.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm worried about. It's the chasing down players. That's what he lost for a couple of years. Let's hope so. Exactly. But what I want is him to do that because there is a baller in. I forgot. I've been down on Martial for a year or so now. I forgot when he's balling, he is a baller. There's no two ways about it. It's I sort of agree. I semi-agree with that. Like, give them the opportunity to show that we don't need Ronaldo. Give them the opportunity.
Before he came, we had three like that anyway. So
as much as I like Dan James, though, I think Sancho is such a far superior option out there than Dan. So. Yeah.
Come on, Cockerels Forever. What are you doing?
Bring
on Melbourne. Right.
With Nani. They've got Nani, ain't they?
Is it?
Yeah, they just signed him. Yeah. They literally just signed him. So, we're going to be playing against Nani on Friday, hopefully.
Right. Second string team, we had Heaton. He came on. I know I haven't given him a fire yet, but he done all right. He done well.
Yeah.
I just felt he done all right.
Yeah, one decent save.
Right. Yeah. And then, what was it? Salah whipped it and hit the post. And oh my gosh, good job that didn't hit off his back and go in. And one of them stupid ones you think, But he looked quite decent, didn't he? He looked like capable of going in goal whenever you need him. So that was me. I was happy with that. Apart from that, not much else to read.
No, I mean, I was exactly the same. I had the exact same thought, Nathan, which was, do we actually need to go out and find an expensive second goalkeeper if we've got Heaton there and bring up one of the youngsters as the third choice because he's Premier League proven, he's a quality shot stopper. Are we actually I don't know much about like Backman. Is he that much better than Heaton? I don't know. Like I don't think so. But anyway, I was exactly the same. Done well.
Donny says a big fan of Heaton, quality number 2. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So back four, we see the likes of Malacia, Tellez at centre back somehow, Bailly, and Wan-Bissaka. For me, I like what I saw from Malacia. But his agility, his ability to move, his ability to give the ball away and get it back again as well.
Yeah.
I like that. I did see obviously the fact that he's playing with, like I said, with a back four, with the rest of the team that are quite inexperienced. So it's going to be a struggle for him when he gives the ball to someone. You expect to be defending straight away again and all that stuff. At first, it was like, wow, you boys, as soon as you clear it, it's come back at you and you're just defending all second half. And I felt Telles was the weakest of the four here. He was very weak, giving the ball away with passes as well without being pressured. I'm like, Telles, what are you playing at? I know you don't play centre back, but come on.
Yeah.
He looks like he's ready to. He should be going back to Portugal, to be fair. King Eric says Heaton was on fire. Okay, not bad. But for me, Eric Bailly, he was like magnet to the ball. Like anything that happened defensively, he was mopping everything because everything just kept coming back and he's just mopping it all up. And then he decides, you know what? I'm taking you on. There you go. I'm getting it. I was like, put Bailly back in, put Bailly back in. He's going to score. He gave it to Ahmad. I'm next to Palestri. And he puts that home. I was like, love that Bailly. Defending all game well. Only thing you did once wrong was you miscontrolled one ball, gave it to them, but won it back again with a big, controlled it and just let the keeper have it. I said, yeah, listen, if I make a mistake, I'll sort it out. Don't worry. And I'm just thinking, imagine he's there, yeah, with Varane. It's just no problem. There is just no problems. I don't get it. Anyway, hopefully he's done enough for the manager to see it and think, you know what, when we play against these fast teams, these strong teams, I need my boy in there because we're going to get overrun like we did in the first 10 minutes. We were getting overrun and we were looking like we could have been 3-0 down quick. That's open football. You can't have that against a Diaz and a Salah against you. And no, you can't. You can't have that against a Mahrez and a Sterling and a Foden. Them boys will eat you alive. Eat the lot alive. And here's the other thing. Wan-Bissaka. Not great going forward, but I don't say it's down to his fault again this game because there wasn't much that he could do. When he played, when the ball went forward, they lost it. Yeah. When the ball went to anyone, everyone lost it. It was like just defending. Second half was full defending, and I'm thinking, but at least Wan-Bissaka blocking balls. At least he's defending well, and that's the only thing that I'm thinking. Do I want a Delo in there who can kind of do well going forward, but not the best defensively? Or do I want a Wan-Bissaka in there for now who can win everything and just not really do too much going forward? Or do I say, let's go try and see what the new boy, the young boy has done? What's his name now? He's done really well, hasn't he?
Ethan Laird.
Ethan Laird.
Laird, yeah.
Coming, he looks good.
He's massive,
I looked at his highlights and he looks good. Yeah. So I want to see him get a chance and play because he might be both what we need, like the two things. I think a mix of Delo and Wan-Bissaka will be great because Delo's kind of okay going forward, but not the greatest defensively. And Wan-Bissaka is great defensively, but not great going forward. So it's a little mad one, but I don't think we even need to worry too much about a fullback when you got Sancho, Martial, and Thingy playing that well up front. So it's one of them things, but let's see what this says here. Quickly go through these before you say. Prefer Malacia than Shaw. Just on, he says. Stretford Sean says, Bailly be out for 6 months now because he headed the ball.
We've all made that joke. Yeah, I think everyone, as soon as we saw him go down, it's like, that's it. Great game he's done for 6 months now.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. I need the whole panel to understand this. And I really was puzzled all week since last week when Bailly didn't make. I know we don't have Bailey though. He plays for Villa, but I think you're talking about Bailly here. But Bailly, yeah, I can't believe he's not in people's teams when Varane is, and he gets injured all the time. It doesn't make no sense to me. If that's the reason why Bailly doesn't play, Varane shouldn't play either, because Varane was injured even more. But they are our best two centre-backs when fit, and we will be colossal if we were. Was it Man United I just watched? There we go. Right, Garth, what's your piece on these four?
Yeah, I mean, if Bailly can stay fit, then clearly, if he plays like that, I mean, he was a colossus back. Like you're saying, he was gobbling everything up. He was intercepting balls. I didn't think, like, none of our other defenders do that. Our centre-backs do that. Magnet to the ball. Like you said, I was going to say, like, even when he makes a mistake, he's clearing it up after himself. You know what I mean? So, but again, it does come down to fitness. And I agree with Varane. Now you say, yeah, I agree with Varane. But listen, Bailly's got the power, the speed, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, that step over was as slow as I'd do a step over, you know what I mean? But
It worked. It worked.
but it works. It still works. And I was desperate for him to get a goal. But if you look back at it, I think Ahmed actually did something well there because I think he was offside by the time the ball come across to Palestri. I think Bailly may have strayed offside, but
okay.
yeah, but no, listen,
maybe yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
First pass, it was either Ahmed or Bailly, and I thought,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, he was for me man of the match by 100% man of the match, considering he was playing in the weaker team against the stronger Liverpool team. And not only did he not concede a goal, he basically, although he won't get the assist, that's his assist for that goal for Palestri as well.
Yeah.
But Tellez, I started it and he started it and almost finished it. That's what I wanted him to. So we won't go that far. We won't go that far yet. You know?
Yeah, not yet. I don't think ever, to be fair. I don't think he deserves to be a captain. But yeah,
no, man of the match for me though by a long way. Yeah, by a long way. Malacia, I saw you put up. Someone said that he'd have him in front of Shaw. I'm not sure yet. Pun aside, we'll see. At the moment, he looks like he could be a quality little prospect. Tellez, he ain't a centre back. He's barely he's the only one. Him and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's got a question mark to it. He's the only one got written down as bad performance. Is Tellez. For me, Wan-Bissaka, I know where you're coming from on it, but he's still. It's a bit like Fred with this. He's almost scared to play a ball forward, so he'll turn back on himself, and then he's swamped by opposition players, and he hasn't got the skills to get out of there. If that makes sense, you know. So he needs with a De Jong in there, or someone who will offer it, or Donny van der Beek maybe, who will offer himself as a outlet to him. Might be different. I would still have Wan-Bissaka over Dalot, but that's because I don't trust Dalot at all. His defending is so
exactly.
Dicey.
He was on toast. Diaz had him on toast.
Yeah,
exactly what they said.
Yeah, in fairness, he had him on toast to begin with, and then I think something Ten Hag or him changed something. But well,
I think we just started attacking more. We was on the ball a lot more, and then he started getting forward more. And even we had a passage of play where we had it for like 2 minutes. And we went forward, and then we had to go back. Then we went forward and created a chance. I was like, oh my gosh, United are on it. We are on it now. So yeah, I was buzzing.
Yeah, still buzzing. But yeah, no, this is what I say. If I was actually doing, no one played, apart from Tellez for me, no one played below a 6 at all. Tellez was out of position. He's not a centre back, but it's still the same Tellez that we see. And this is what I'm going to say to you. The mistakes he made, they're not defensive mistakes. They're just footballing mistakes.
It's just poor. It's just like your level, if you get what I mean. That's just your level of play. It's just not at the level that it needs to be. And that's why I was thinking, I know you're not, like you say, you're not a centre back, but you're still on the left side of centre at the back. So you're still playing balls up the line. You're still playing balls into the middle. You should be able to do that. And it just wasn't, to be fair, not for me. Not looking too good. Let's see what we have in the comments. I prefer Dalot over Wan-Bissaka. I get you, because they both have their pros and cons, and they're both exactly opposite pros and cons. So definitely get you on that one. I'm not puzzled on that one. But anyway, on to the 3 in the middle. Savage, Zidane, Van der Beek. For me, Savage done well. First time I'm seeing him properly. I'm now seeing why he got that pro. Zidane, Iqbal, very, very good on the ball as well. I'm like, wow, he can pop. He can move. Them two in the middle, I was like, yeah, they're looking good. I wish there was in and amongst the other team, maybe for McTominay, for example. I'd like to see Savage or Zidane go in instead of McTominay and see how the other 3 in the middle can do. Van der Beek, he didn't really get on the ball. He didn't get to do anything because the team just never went really to that middle third. It felt like it was just all defending. And then whenever they did get it, it's like Elanga got on it, ran at people, then just lost it, ran at people, then just, got fouled or something. Yeah. And then there wasn't really any continuity going forward. So, Donny, I'm afraid you was in a team where you were never going to do well in this game. You were just having a quiet one, no matter what you do. And you're not that kind of player. You have to get the ball, and ball has to keep coming through you. But the ball has to get to you first. And it never did. It never did. So, Donny, it's not no fault of your own. But I don't think you had a game where anyone can say anything. You just have to be part of that first team squad in the latter games in pre-season. I think you might get your chance, maybe in the central midfield. But we do need a McTominay. It's like you do need a defensive player who's going to really wrap people, isn't it? Yeah. You can't really do without that. Otherwise, you will get, especially if you got them at the back. It's all a choices game here. If you choose certain players at the back, then you can afford to maybe have them in the midfield. But if you're choosing Lindelof and Varane, you can't just go without a McTominay or a Fred or something that's going to just rat around. It's just not going to happen.
No.
Stretford Shaw said, "Are you watching Man City?" Absolutely not.
No.
We know Moses says, "I'm happy with the team." Bloody happy. Who can't be happy with that? 4-0. We were outstanding today. Ten Hag is the king. Long live the king. Hey, he's made an imprint in
mate.
1 second. One
Yeah.
game. 2 weeks of pre-season. One game, he's got them playing how he wants. So I was thinking, I hope it's not just them little passing drills that I'm seeing on TV. That's just all it's doing.
Triangles.
He's done a lot of shadow play. I'm quite sure he's done a hell of a lot of shadow play. Like when the ball comes here, you're here, you're there, you're moving here. You got these options. I'm very, very sure of it. Otherwise, we would have not seen what we saw today. Jordan Williams says, "Oi, oi." And Rakesh Kumar Patel says, "Glory, glory, Man United." What you got to say then on these three in midfield?
Do you know what? When you said earlier about you wanted to talk about someone who didn't perform, but because of the players around him, that was Donny van der Beek in my brain immediately. I felt bad for him. I really did, because again, he's got to prove himself.
Yeah,
it's all Ten Hag knows what he's about, so that's a little bit of a bonus. But nothing come through. Every time Savage or Sedan got the ball, they're playing it out wide. Nothing went through the poor geezer. For me, like I said earlier, Savage really impressed me. Like to the extent, and I'm not just saying it. I mean, I'd have him in over Scotty. So I really would have at the moment, because as good as McTominay is at the hustle, that's it. And I think Savage can be like that. If he's got a bit of his old man in him, just one bit of Robbie Savage in him, then he's going to be a terrier. You know what I mean? And his passing
is he defensive? Is he the defensive one?
I think he's an old school centre mid, but he would play the defensive role. Yeah, I think it's just an old school CM, a bit like Robbie was. You know what I mean? Yeah, when DMs became a thing, Robbie Savage became a defensive midfielder. But Robbie Savage was just a centre mid, weren't he? You know what I mean? I think he's like that.
What's this saying? Fuad Farah says, as a PSG fan, I'm glad to see United beating Liverpool in pre-season, and hopefully this club will move in the right direction under Ten Hag.
Yeah,
definitely agreed there. King Eric says, and the Reds go marching. Yes, today is a happy day. Well says Smithy, against the Liverpool kids. Wait till season starts, then we'll change your tune. Possibly, sorry.
Well, I mean, they brought them basically the whole first team for the last 30 minutes against our kids and couldn't do nothing. Yeah, so I mean, it's pre-season.
Told you how it goes.
It's pre-season, so let's not get too hyped. I agree with that, but still, when I thought we were going to get dragged back to 3-3, when I saw them 7 players going on and what we had on the pitch, these kids, I was like, oh no, this wind's gone out the window. But no,
we got Bailly, mate. We ain't going to let him.
But for me, I've been talking about Iqbal for a while now. He is mustard little player. He really is. Bit the difference between him and Savage for me. Savage has already grown into his body a little bit more than Iqbal, so that's the only difference. But they're both. You can say Zidane. You can say he's more of an attacking centre midfielder, and Savage is more of a defender. But they're both CMs in my book, right? And Van der Beek. Hopefully, it looked like what he's going to do is play us back up to Bruno Fernandes in this team, which is
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all. No. Like he's a decent player at the end of the day. So good. Really, considering what they come up against with the last 30 minutes, with who did they bring on? They bring on Fabinho. They did, didn't they? Fabinho.
They've got everyone. Everyone was on. Van Dijk. Everybody was on. Like Trent was on. Robertson was on. Kanate, everybody, the whole first team is on. So
they did well.
Win, so they can't say nothing. They played their first team, didn't get a goal. Simple as that. We've got Zach saying, will Hannibal get a chance to show his talent and maybe start fighting for the first team spot? I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he'll get a chance. I think Garnacho's still got to come in and see what he's like. Roy Rover says, I missed the game size like we did all right. Yep, we did very, very well. You're going to have to change that picture, though, to Ten Hag. So change that over to Ten Hag, please. Otherwise, a few people might be getting on your back on that one. I don't mind. I'm happy with him and what he's done, and he's moved on. No problem.
Yeah, I liked Ragnick. I had nothing against him. We played poor, but he's done a lot in the background for me. On to Hannibal. Listen, we've got at the moment Ten Hag's coming into a team that's got 5 or 6 quality prospects in the youth ranks. Savage and Zidane, Hannibal, Shoretire, McNeil up front, Garnacho, Fernandes at left back. Like, there are some possible, and they're all youngsters. You never know which way they're going to go. You know what I mean?
Well, he's going to try them, innit? If anyone's going to try them, he's going to try them. So Player says, "Get off my boy." Right. So anyway, on to the last three. The three up front of the final third, the second half. Sorry, Alanga, Ahmad, and Palestri. You know what I like? These boys caused some trouble for the back four, the first team back four of Liverpool, and scored nicely. It wasn't like a cheap goal. It wasn't a mistake. It was nice play, proper play. And Ahmad, that's what I like about Ahmad. This is the thing. He's only gonna really do well if he's with the first team. Like he's that small kind of player. He's not gonna do well, is he? If he's not gonna be the first. If he's fighting for headers, never gonna win a header. No chance. He's just gonna have to get on the ball, lure people in, pop it and move, get it back. So he's one of the players who you would hate to do a keep ball session with, trying to win the ball off and keep it. Yeah, there you go. Give me back. Bang, bang, move. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's tiring me out. I don't want this guy near me. So Ahmad, I think you did okay for the goal, but you were pretty much non-existent for the game because we were defending so much and didn't really get too much quality out to you. Also, I think your runs maybe need a little work. Some of your work needs to be done. I think Palestri, Ahmad, and Alanga, you could see the quality wasn't the same, if you get what I mean. When it was going up to them, they were losing it, or they were making the wrong runs, not really providing the option for the defender. I remember when Bailly won it and he tried to go out wide but his winger just went and he gave him no option. So he tried to play it to him, but he was already gone. He needs to go and come back so he can get it and then lay it off and go again. But he didn't really do that. And that was the story of the second half, to be fair. I felt these three, they done well because they managed to score. And it was a nice, sharp, like I said, started from Bailly into Palestri, I think. I think it was into Palestri. And he tried to get the 1-2 by Ram. No, who was it into? Who played the ball into Ahmad? And then Ahmad played it. Palestri. Palestri played it to Ahmad and got it back, didn't he? Yeah. He got that ball back. So yeah, it was. I like what I saw, and I like the work rate from Alanga. He was working hard. You can see he's done a lot of work in pre-season, and he just wants to run at you, and that will tire out defenses. So. I want to see more quality from him though, because it's not just about getting it and going bang and Forrest Gumping it. You've got to do a bit more than that, So let me just read a few of these. We got a whole load of bits coming in the comments. So let me read these and then you can give
comment section blowing up. You can tell me I have one.
Yeah. Gucci Mane said Tiki-taka. Exactly that. Fuad said United needs Frankie and Anthony. If they get both, this club will be challenging for major trophies.
Did you write that yourself, Nathan? Have you got a burner account on here, mate?
Don't worry about that. Jonathan Gucci mentioned Ahmad needs to go. He's too small to be a striker. He's getting bullied, I would have thought. Yeah. Albert said it's just like watching Brazil. Funny Show says, do you really believe that you'll get the same score in the league? Rico, is it Rico? Ray says, why are you putting Bailly for sale? I don't think Eric Ten Hag should keep. I think Eric Ten Hag should keep him. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
On that one, if he's playing centre back in the first pre-season friendly against Liverpool, that suggests to me he's not. Although it was said he was going up for sale, that suggests to me he is not up for sale anymore.
He shouldn't be. I don't think he should, and I think he should stay part of the squad. Look at the other players. Really, who else do you really have that's a senior defender who you're going to rely on if he can stay fit? That is, of course, like we were saying before. But I'm sure if Varane's not fit, Bailly's fit, and then if Bailly gets injured, Varane can come back in. So we could just do a little swap, chop, and change on that one. It's only a friendly, lads. Yeah, but it's the way we played. It's not about the win. It's about the way we played. Garni wasn't called into action.
Another one, Garner. I forgot about Garner as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Him and Tuanzebe were injured. Or was it Garnacho? I'm not sure. From what I'm hearing, Garner was injured.
There you go.
What did he do? Said, looking forward to seeing more of Garner. Eva says, would you go for Tomori? Good defender, to be fair. He was in England. I wouldn't mind taking him in the squad. I wouldn't mind, to be fair. And he could fight his way into the first team. So why not? Sancho was class, Mehdi says. And Benny says Tomori is a quality player.
Yeah, Tomori is quality. But after what I've just seen from Bailly, and I hate to say we don't need him, but that you've then seriously got to be considering about getting rid of Maguire if you get in another, what you're going to class as a first choice centre-back, or Bailly, or Lindelof, because they're not getting rid of Varane. So, but no, I like Tomori a lot. I like Tomori a lot, to be fair. I would have last season when we were talking about centre-backs, he was one of the ones I wanted.
Yeah.
As for the fella saying it's
cheap as well.
Yeah.
So, Why not?
As people say, it's only a friendly. Yeah, but like you're saying, as like Nathan said, it's about we've been starved for a couple of years of good, like flowing, cohesive football where there's a game plan on the pitch. It's just nice to see for once. Yeah, it's a friendly, and it may all fall apart, but I saw so many promising signs in one friendly from 2 years ago. That I'm on the hype train, shall we say? So.
Of course. But yeah, what you got to say about the three then? The three that we
do you know, I forgot to mention something about the first three. And I'm guessing because Ahmed is not a striker, so I was surprised that he was playing through the middle. Yeah,
look at the three we're playing with.
But I thought, I thought that they were going to try and do the what they did in the first half, which was Martial, Rashford, and Sancho were swapping. If you saw, Sancho never went through the middle. Rashford and Martial were swapping for the centre, but then they were all swapping on the wings. I think that might have been the game plan. It just didn't because we were never in the game in the second half. If you know what I mean, I don't think it comes to fruition. You said something 6 months ago about Alanga, and I scoffed at it at the time when you were like, he's a squad player. And I'm like, what are you talking about, mate? I was like, what are you talking about, mate? He come from Scandinavia to be United saviour, mate. Like, are you joking me? He's a blatant squad player. He reminds me now of like he's a different player, but who was the Swedish fellow we had under Fergie? Blomqvist. Like that sort of squad player where he's good to come in. He's a quality player, but he ain't your first choice in any stretch of the imagination, if you know what I mean. Palestri looked out of his depth for the first 10 minutes and then grew into the game. Ahmed through the centre. I felt sorry for him. Who was it? Kanate just absolutely clattered him, cleared him out, the poor kid, mate. He was flying through the air. So, but yeah, he's a winger. He's an out-and-out winger. So, like, hopefully, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah. Look, they done well. They combined together to get a nice goal. So many positives from today, man. There's so many positives. I just hope we can keep it going forward. You know what I mean? So,
I do actually want to read this one out, Rico. That's a good one. De Jong and Ronaldo, seeing this great spirit, will be considering to be part of this team. ETH at the wheel. Ten Hag. Quite sure he is at the wheel. But don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I knew you guys are all really excited about this season, and we've got a lot to obviously show you for this season as well. So we got quite a lot of people on there today as well. We got quite a bit. So please, guys, don't forget, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, guys. Subscribe and tell your friends about me. Ten Hag, Ahmed could be special under Ten Hag. SK says Martial was marshalling past Liverpool defenders. Splendid. Wash hand. Yeah. And Richmond Bobby says goals. 20 Sancho. What's this? 20.
2:20. Was it that early? Sancho scored. 2 minutes 20.
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
Love that, Richmond Bobby. You go on to watch the game if you've recorded it. Go to the minutes and go and watch the goals here. I'll put that up for a little bit. Then you got no one who says, yes, it's just a friendly and it's not about players. The real thing is the coach. It's Ten Hag. He is the only one we should watch closely so far. He is the future for sure. Hi guys, Sukon Kit Stemming. That's from Thailand. Love it.
Oh, were you actually there? Yeah.
I've been down there. When I was down there, I don't know, about 10 years ago now, and I was actually at Ramkin Heng. You probably know, Sunokit, you probably know it is. Tell me you know that place. I'm sure it's right next door to the Rajamangala Stadium because I was doing my training there while I was going to for trials to play out there. So yeah, it was a lovely place, amazing place. Love the food, cheap as chips.
Oh mate,
oh my goodness,
200 baht for basically anything you want out there. It's crazy, mate.
Taxi drive. I took
the tuk-tuks,
for about an hour, and it was like £5. I was like, oh my goodness me! It starts at £5 here. Really.
Yeah, you know it, mate. Yeah,
an hour there. So that was lovely. Yeah. Sabilal says, this is the new area for Manchester, and you've got Lasisi says Wan-Bissaka not for Man U. He's got no upfront movement. Dunham says, Emmanuel says, winning always bring good spirit to the team. And Kai Hassan says, hi there from Chile. Lovely.
Cool, got the world in.
What's up? Kui Ba says, to Eric, a good bye and Ten Hag. I don't know what this means. To Eric. Please explain. Please explain that one for me.
But Bai's good. We like Bai.
Love from Abu Dhabi. Love Abu Dhabi as well. Well, Dubai, but not Abu Dhabi. I ain't been there yet, but I've been Dubai.
Cool. These are all the hottest countries in the world as well. Thailand, Dubai, mate. I was in a puddle in Thailand, mate. So
yeah, it's the Abu Bakr says the new area of Man United is coming. Hope we have a very tough squad this coming season. I think we will. We'll be adding more as well. I'm definitely believe that. Then says greetings here from Dubai as well. Okay, Doob M. Okay, I get that. Bai's on fire. W1S2UR says. Kiss, damn, we're getting so many. I'm going to forever. Love it. Jeremy says 4-0, lovely. And from Ghana as well.
Yeah.
Love that. We might have to get some of you guys on the show some of the times. Any of you want to come in, make sure you post in here. Just show me. One time I might just even post a link for you guys to join in when we have some of the different shows that we're thinking about doing for next season, for this season. So we'll see. Hi from Ghana. So let's just quickly finish these off. Bai is terrific. He looks sharp and strong. He always does when he's playing. Well, most of the time. Kelly on film. To Eric means Eric Bai. And
of course, yeah.
Of course, the two Erics.
Yeah, I'm just with you.
You bought that for a second and then I lost it. So anyway, have you heard? Damn, we were just not stopping here.
No, France now and all.
Yeah, didn't expect you to read the text out. Ten Hag, no matter what this time, let's get back. Ten Hag in 2-3 years, he will lead us to the Premier League title and Champions League. That's definitely one thing that we do have to do because we're definitely going to be struggling at some point in the season. And when we get injuries and we don't have any players who can come in, we've just got to realise that this is definitely a thing where when you are on a rebuild, part of the rebuild is you lose to teams you're supposed to win against. And it's as simple as that. So that's just the way it is. But let's finish off now a little bit what we've got here. The only last thing I did want to say is when is the next game? Okay, so the next game is Friday. We got Melbourne Victory. And Garth, you said Nani's just joined. So he'll be having a lovely time playing against his old boys. And his old teammate Cristiano, if he joins in, which he probably won't get to see because Cristiano probably ain't going to play unless he realises there's no club for him this pre-season. And then he'll probably play. I don't expect to see him.
No, not on the tour. No, they're not on the tour.
I don't expect to see him in the shirt again. Unless someone's going to take him, aren't they? Surely.
Are they though? The money and everything. We're one of the few clubs that can afford his wages. Apparently.
Why would he say this? Why would he say all of this if it's not going to happen?
Because he wanted to force the move out. But it might be a Pogba situation here because apparently he offered himself to Paris Saint-Germain, or his agent did. And this is all Twitter talk, obviously. But they've turned him down. Like, unless you're talking like a Newcastle or something, then unless you're talking like Newcastle, someone with the money to do it. Man City aren't coming back in for him. Liverpool, Chelsea, maybe. Would he really do that though? Up sticks from Man United and go to Chelsea? I don't know.
Well, it's Champions League and he's only got probably 1 or 2 years left in his
life, 1 or 2, yeah.
He's not going to sit at United not playing Champions League, that's for sure. So I don't see anything else other than that happening, to be fair.
Plus, they've got to give us a fee as well. Like we'll be expecting 12-15 mil for him, I would have thought. So Messi fake account posted that. I get done on Twitter every day, so don't worry about it.
Right, guys, you know what? We're gonna stay on there for hours on end if we keep reading these. So thanks to everyone in the comments for posting. It's been absolutely amazing. Been popping off. First game of the season. Hope you guys keep that same level of enthusiasm throughout the whole season. Win, lose, or draw. If we're playing that kind of football, we've got to have that kind of enthusiasm and we've got to have the backing for the Man United whole squad, all the players, everything. If they're going to play like this. And I can also, here's one thing I want to say. I can also see how if Maguire is in this side and we do play that kind of attacking football and we press high, we might not even end up in that position of getting attacked against so much like last year that he might actually just be okay, like get by, if you get what I mean. I know there'll be games where he's going to really need to be called upon, and they're the games where I hope he just is able to just like not get isolated. But if he's going to play, I just hope he does well. I hope he really does well because I don't want him to not do well.
This is his last chance though.
In his name out.
This is his last chance as Man United's first choice centre back, surely. What I mean? Like I put him in my team, didn't I? And I said that I reckon Ten Hag can get something out of him. I really do. So fingers crossed. But otherwise, we've really got to start considering him becoming a backup option. So
yeah, exactly. Let me read this one out. Actually, what's that one say? Man, Man City. You jokers. What's the joker saying, Man City?
You can read Arabic, bruv. That's fair play.
Yeah. I've been learning.
Yes, mate. Quite.
Man City. Okay. Don't worry about that. You can write anything in Arabic, English.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Well, anyway, with that being said, guys, thank you, everybody. Again, we're back on Friday. We'll probably do a post-match after that game because that game's early as well. It's like 11. Yeah, so we'll probably do another one at maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But just obviously, if you're subscribing, guys, you will see the time that we come on for the post-match. I'll definitely be watching that game. And we'll be reporting
Thursday night as well.
Yeah, Thursday night, of course. Thank you for that one. the weekly special every week. How can I forget that one? So Friday night show weekly on Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time. Make sure you join us on that as well. And like I said, have your say whatever you like. We're going to be chewing the fat. And one of the things I'm really going to be nailing down is this Bailly issue. I'm very puzzled and I'm going to the board. I'm going to the whole panel and I'm going to really nail down how they really don't put him ahead of some of these defenders.
Will a written apology do, Nathan? Is that all right? If I just write one out for you, mate, I send it to you. We ain't got to go down this road of humiliation, mate, you know?
I've got to do it. When that happens, I've got to do it.
No, 100%, mate. Yeah, 100%. He proved a lot of people wrong today. There's no two ways about it. Boy, better than Ronaldinho.
What is that all about? On this last one, let's just quickly cover that one then. Thoughts on Elanga and his potential. I think he would just be a good squad player for United, and then he'll probably go to another club, similar to like a Welbeck type of player that will, like go on to another Prem club and probably do okay. Just be in and around like a mid-table side to a side that might be like, like flirting with relegation and stuff like that. I think he's kind of that kind of level. What I can see, he can obviously prove me wrong, but from what I can see, that's his potential. I don't see him being like a Greenwood, who we said he could be. He's a generational talent or something like that.
Yeah, he's not generational talent.
Yeah. He does have the work rate and ethic, which is amazing. I've got to give him that. But I want to see more. Players can come into it more, can get better. So that's my side. What do you think, Gar?
I'm very similar. I think for me, he's like he's a 8th and below sort of player. I mean, if we're talking league table, like a West Ham style player or something. But I think he can be a really important piece of the Man United team for a few years. They're like I was saying, like the old school Fergie style, where we had players that, on the face of it, you might be like, they're average at best. What are they doing in Man United? But like you just said, they've got work ethic. They're willing to play to a detriment to their game to fit the style that is playing on the day, if you know what I mean. Like a Blomqvist or like a Fletcher or a John O'Shea, if you will. These players, I like him. I do. He's definitely a squad player at best, though. He may be like, what is he, 20? 2 years' time, something might click in him and he may become one of the best players of all time. I've seen it happen, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's good. He's all right. He's good. Yeah, exactly. We need to give him more time. I just don't think he's not, like you said, he's not a generational talent, I don't think. So
Exactly. But anyway, guys, we've got 1 minute to go. We did plan this to be 30 minutes long, and it's exactly that. So let's make sure we stay on time, and we will see you guys Friday. But until then, from Garth, thank you for coming on the show. It's been absolutely amazing to be back again in the new season and getting off to a winning start. And guys, stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you on Friday. In a bit, guys. Once I can find the
it's like the end of Police Squad, mate.
This is what happens, mate. Peace.